a century. That's by the Tragically Hip. Ah, here it is. Good, good, good. All right, here we go. First thing we climb a tree, and maybe then we talk, or sit silently and listen to our thoughts. Illusions of someday, cast in a golden light. No dress rehearsal, this is our life. And that's where the hornet stung me, and I had a feverish dream with revenge and doubt. Tonight we smoke them out. You are ahead by a century. You are ahead by a century. You are ahead by a century. There in the morning shroud, and then the day began. I tilted your cloud, you tilted my hand. Rain falls in real time, rain fell through the night. No dress rehearsal, this is our life. And that's when the hornet stung me, and I had a serious dreams with revenge and doubt. Tonight we smoke them out.
Good morning, or afternoon, wherever you are. Good evening, possibly. This is Ron on Donkey Farm in rural New Hampshire. Yeah, this is the Double Triple stream. I didn't have a stream planned for today, but I was up all night working with OBS, and I discovered something, and I wanted to try it out. I haven't been able to do browser stuff. There's no browser source in the version of OBS that I'm using, but I figured out a workaround, so I wanted to test that. And also, vegan is one of my things, right? I've been vegan for over 40 years, and I haven't really done a stream about that. I haven't talked about that very much. I've just kind of mentioned it in passing. So there was going through YouTube, and there was a study apparently that just came out that made it to mainstream media on veganism. So I thought that was kind of cool that they did that. So I wanted to do a quick little stream about this study, and maybe if we can find out more about it, I'll just do a live learn on stream to learn about this study, and we'll also look and see how mainstream media is covering it, because of course you know how mainstream media covers science stories. If they get it right, they cover this much of it, and of course they had no, on this YouTube thing, they didn't have anything listed in there, any links, to the study in their YouTube description. So, but yeah, we'll try this out. I don't know if there might be a delay. If there's a delay, if you guys can hang with me for a second while if I try to adjust that, or maybe I'll just let it go. It's not that big of a deal, right? If there's a delay in the audio, it's kind of minor irritants to have a delay. But all right, so let me see if I can get this to come up here. Okay. All right, we got it. All right. Um, so this is, I don't know if I queued this up right or not, but so this guy is on, you know, right? They're talking to him on Good Morning America, and they have this a doctor on talking about this study. So let's see what he has to say about it. It's a twin study. Oh, let me make sure my mic's on. Yeah, my mic is on. All right, let me make sure this works too, the audio.
They put half of those twins, or a member of each twin set, on a vegan, healthy diet, and then the other half on a diet that included meat but was still healthy. And they found that at the end of the 8 weeks, those that chose that vegan diet or used the vegan diet had lower levels of LDL. They had overall better numbers in terms of their cholesterol, which is to be expected. But more interestingly, when they looked at their DNA, there were subtle changes that were associated with what we call biological age. We talk about chronological age, how long you've been on Earth. Biological age is what your cells look like. That kind of tells you how your cells are doing in terms of aging. And it seems...
Okay, so this is cool. This is something new. I mean, we've known for decades and decades and decades that vegans live longer than meat eaters, right? That's been known forever. Just about. I mean, it's. I was just watching a streamer yesterday, and she was talking about how the Roman gladiators would eat vegan diets to be stronger and stuff. So, I mean, it's been known. It's been known for a long time. And if you're vegan, if you're vegan, you know that. You know all the studies and everything. So, but this study is, I mean, one, it's a twin study. So those are always, that adds strength. That always adds strength to a study when you do a twin study, because it isolates, the environment versus the DNA. Because whenever you do a study, whatever your group is, there may be some differences in the the DNA of the two different groups, or how they were brought up, or all that stuff that might be different, and so it can conflate the results of the study. But this is a twin study, so the two groups had identical DNA, which means that the difference must be environmental, must be the and presumably the twins were brought up together. Sometimes they do studies to find out environmental differences. They'll find twins that were separated at birth, and compare them and that kind of thing. But presumably these were twins that had similar, were brought up in the same household and all that, had similar environments otherwise too. So that's cool. And what this study shows is not only that it's only an 8-week study, so it's not that big of a, that long. They can't really, measure longevity in 8 weeks, right? But there are other studies that show longevity for vegan diets. But what it did show is differences in the DNA, and presumably, I guess they're talking about telomeres, right? I don't know. We'll see if we can find the study to find out if that's actually what it is. But that's good. That's good news. Yeah, I knew I was going to live longer. I mean, I've outlived most of my friends and family. So, yeah, that's if you want to live longer, you have a vegan diet. And also, it's not just living longer. It's living healthier. I'm mostly healthy all the time. I don't get sick hardly ever at all. I catch the flu every once in a while. But since COVID, of course, I've been wearing a mask, so I don't get any colds or flu or anything. So, no food poisoning or anything like that. So, let's see if he has anything else to say here.
is though, when you change your diet just for 8 weeks, you can see these changes. It might be an impetus for people to make the shift toward having more vegan-ish meals, more plant-based diets, something I'm trying to do. And I think overall it's interesting. But the big caveat here is we don't yet know the long-term benefits of vegan diets.
Right,
and it's a lot of work. So of course we're going to still wait for this 8.
Okay, so yeah, they did an 8-week study, but they did see differences in the DNA that looked good. So, and see, they don't have any links to the study. So, so what we'll do here is let me try to bring up we'll just do a Google search first, right? Since it's in the news and all that, so. And we'll just do that just to see what vegan twin study. Whoops. Identical twin experiment OP Society. I don't know what that is. Stanford. Okay, that's a good source. Twin research indicates vegan diet improves. Okay, so let's go to that one. All right. Twin research indicates that vegan diet improves cardiovascular health. No, we knew that. We knew that already. Okay, this is a year ago. Wrong study. Well, let's read this anyway. Yeah. Well, this is. I mean, they've known this for years and years and years. I don't even know why they're even bothering studying it anymore. We already know. I guess it's good to do, like as I said, you do a twin study, then it kind of nails it down for sure. So, all right, we know that already. Let's go back to Google here. Let's see. I can go up to Google and say anytime. Let's say past week. Can reduce your biological age. That's probably it, right? The Hill. Let's see if we can find a good source on this one. UPI. Oh, they might. Okay, that's a real news source. So let's see what they're saying. This is UPI. Well, yeah. Let me pick this up. Oh no. Let me see here. Yeah, let me see here. On UPI, that's going to be a reliable source. I won't read the whole thing. I'll just kind of scan it. Oh God, look at all these ads. These websites are funny. You know, these mainstream media websites, they just pack it with all kinds of ads and pop-ups and stuff, like they don't even want you to use their site. Let's see, eating a vegan diet may help you. Okay, well, we learned all about, okay, they explain what a vegan diet is. I guess there are people out there that don't know. Biological age. Okay, here's a guy here. Research team led by this guy. Okay, so we might be able to find it with that guy's name. Okay, so let's see more details on this. 21 pairs of adults. Okay, so it's a low end there. Not a lot of subjects in the study. So short and not a lot of. So that's the minus of the study, right? Is that it's a short study, low end, not a lot of subjects. So. There'll probably be more studies then on this since these guys found this. More information. There we go. Harvard, yeah, they're a pretty reliable source. Okay, so we don't need that anymore. LinkedIn. Why did it go to LinkedIn? Oh, that was that guy that was... I don't know what that is. Another pop-up. Okay. What's the date here? 2020. Jesus. What are we doing here? How did that happen? Oh my goodness. Why would they put a link to that in there? All right, let me find that guy's name again since I lost it. Yeah, we'll figure this out here. Live learn, right? All right, so this one was a couple days ago. So all right, let's get this guy's name. I thought I was going to link to a little, right on site here. There it is. Okay. Varun. Copy that. Now we'll do another Google here. Whoops. Oh shit, didn't we get it? No, it didn't. Oh, okay, we can get it this way. Okay, we got his name right here. Was that right? Was that his name? Let's see here. There it is. Okay. All right. American Academy on Anti-Aging Medicine. Ah. Okay. Biological age testing has become more prevalent. Yeah, okay. Well, maybe if I go to his page here at this society here, and maybe he's posted his. He's from Santa Cruz. Okay, he's probably a vegan. I think about half the people who live in Santa Cruz are vegan. That used to be my old stomping ground, that Bay Area. So, doesn't seem to have a link to his stuff here. I can't see where it has a. Damn. All right, let's keep going. Okay, I know what to do. We'll go to, let's see, Google has a scholar thing or something. Let's see here. Oh, Jesus. Come on, man. All right. Let's try this. Let's try just going Scholar Google. Let's see what that did. Scholar. How do you spell scholar? I'm having trouble finding that site. Yeah, because I just made it up, and I don't know how to spell scholar. Anybody know how to spell scholar in chat? Let's see. Oh, I know what to do. I'll go to Google and type in Google Scholar. It'll figure out by. There it is. Okay, Google Scholar database. Okay. Google Scholar. We'll get this figured out. All right. What was that guy's name again? Did I get that? Oh shit. All right. Okay. And no, we don't want any time. Let's see, since 24. Oh, this guy's prolific. Look at this. Holy moly. Okay. Oh, they can't even. Oh, here we go. Wait, sort by date. Okay, I can do that. Retro elements in the human genome has been linked to aging hair. Okay. What's the date here? Yeah, I'm not sure. I know what we'll put. Let's put vegan in here and see if it comes up. that way. It's not. Doesn't appear to be in the title of the study. No, didn't find it that way. All right. Okay. Well, I sorted by date, so I'll include citations now. We don't want to do that. All right. So this has got to be it, right? Watch, I'll hit a paywall here or something. Retro age, abstract, reactivation. Okay, we provide evidence that locus-specific retro element DNA methylation can be used to create retro element based. Okay, so that's not it. That's not the study. Supplement. All right, let me just scan this. So maybe they have it qualifying. I think you would say twin or something. This is it, man. This is all of his stuff. So that didn't seem like that was it. So let's go here. Supplements. Plant foods. I don't know. Well, we got a little bit of it. A little bit of information on it. Study of mass spectrometry. No, that's not. Well, this is bizarre, man. Alright, so I said since 24. Let's just type in vegan twin study here and see if we get anything. Maybe that guy, maybe that other source had it wrong about that guy being the guy. Let's see, unveiling the epic. Oh, okay, there you go, man. That's the study. All right. Okay, he's in there. Oh, you know what it is? He had his middle initial. I put it in quotes. I put in quotes his name without the middle initial. That's why I didn't pick it up. Okay, background. Geroscience. That's interesting. That's of interest to me. Focuses on interventions to mitigate molecular illness associated with aging. Lifestyle modification. Okay, they're giving just a bunch of background here now. Okay, so the study. The study examined the impact of an entirely plant-based or healthy omnivorous diet over 8 weeks on blood DNA, methylation, and paired twins. Okay, various measures of epigenetic age acceleration, PC Grimmage, PC pheno age, and Dunedin. I don't know what that stuff is. Okay, we're assessed. So they assess something. Along with system-specific effects, inflammation, heart, hormone, liver, metabolic. Okay, methylation, surrogates of clinical metabolite and protein markers were analyzed to observe diet-specific shifts. Okay, results. Distinct responses were observed. With the vegan cohort exhibiting significant decreases in overall epigenetic age acceleration, aligning with anti-aging effects of plant-based diets. Diet-specific shifts were noted in the analysis of methylation. Am I pronouncing it right? Methylation. I think so. Surrogates, demonstrating the influence of diet on complex trait prediction through DNA methylation markers. An epigenome-wide analysis revealed differential methylated loci specific to each diet, providing insights into the affected pathways. Damn. Okay. Those guys are smarter than I am. This study suggests that a short-term vegan diet is associated with epidemic age benefits. Okay, that makes sense. And reduced calorie intake. Oh, Jesus. Did they conflate this? You got to be kidding me. Why would they do that? This study suggests that long-term vegan diet is associated with epidemic, age-specific, and reduced calorie intake. The use of epidemic biomarker proxies, EBPs, highlights their potential for assessing dietary impacts and facilitating personalized nutritional strategies for healthy aging. Future research okay, now they always leave an opening for somebody else to do some more research. That's how they do it. Future research should explore the long-term effects of vegan diets on epigenic health and overall well-being, considering the importance of proper nutrient supplementation. Okay. Considering the importance. Right, so they said healthy vegan diet. They kept saying healthy vegan diet. A healthy vegan diet includes B12 supplements, which reminds me I haven't taken mine in quite a while. And if you're not getting enough sun, vitamin D. Right, those are two things that you get if you're on a vegan diet. And everyone really should take vitamin D. D is actually kind of hard to get unless you're eating liver and stuff. Or D, fortified foods. That's another thing. If you're eating processed foods, you're probably getting, if you're vegan and you're eating processed foods, you're probably getting D supplements in the processed food. Cereal and stuff like that. I found a D vitamin that's pretty cool, actually. Maybe I'll get into show you that in a little bit. But yeah, when you do a vegan diet, you got to supplement B12. Definitely, you got to supplement B12 and D. If you're not getting enough sun, then you need to supplement that. And it really doesn't take that much sun to get enough vitamin D. And actually, vitamin D deficiency, or what's the word they use? Low. There's another word they use other than deficiency. Deficiency, I think, is like, clinical or something. When you're having symptoms. But there's another one. Vitamin D. Low on vitamin D is very common. A lot of people are low on vitamin D because people live indoors now. And they don't got in the sun. And as I said, vitamin D is not just available. If you eat meat, you don't necessarily get a lot of vitamin D. You need to eat the liver, which you don't want to do. You don't want to eat any animals. You don't want to eat their liver. You don't want to eat their meat. You don't want to do anything that kills the animal, right? So, vitamin. Got to supplement with those two things. But this is really cool. This study is really, really cool. I'm gonna show you this new vitamin that I found. This new vitamin D source, because if you're vegan, a lot of vitamin D tablets that you buy in the store, supplements, are from liver, or more commonly from lanolin. They take the lanolin from sheep and process it down and extract vitamin D from that. Because apparently lanolin, which is the oil that comes off of sheep's wool, has vitamin D in it for some reason. Maybe because it's, the lambs are out there in the sun all the time. Maybe it's producing vitamin D somehow that way. I don't know. But most of them are going to come from lanolin, and some of them will come from liver, fish liver usually. So if you're vegan, you can't do those. And then if you try to find vegan sources, really any supplements nowadays, they always put in these things called non-active ingredients or something like that. They put in the active ingredient, and then they have the non-active ingredients, which are starches and stuff in order to make the tablet, maybe to hold the tablet together or to do whatever. And what they end up doing is on these supplements, a lot of times they'll put in crap that's just, carcinogenic or, just really harmful stuff in there, and call it non-active ingredient. So you can't just look at the that has the vitamin and the source of the vitamin. You got to look at every single ingredient on the thing, and try to get one that has as few of those inactive ingredients in them, because they intentionally. I don't know if they intentionally do it. One guy admitted that he did. When I was talking about once about the vitamins. I said, "Why do you put all this crap in here that's bad for people in your supplements?" He said, "Oh, they make me do it." Like, who were they? Anyway, so yeah, you got to be careful. Anyway, let me get this these supplements that I had that I found that are really they're good for. I think they're good for vegan because they don't have those extra things in there. Be back in 2 seconds. Okay, it was 5 seconds. So these are. This is not This is not a sponsor. I'm not, I'm not sponsoring these or anything like this. I'm just talking about it. It's just really cool. Okay, so I'm not even an affiliate yet anyway, so it doesn't matter. So it's from Whole Earth and Sea. It says vegan bioenhanced. Can you see that? That's clear. So these are 1,000 units, 25 micrograms. And these are made at, this one is made out of lichen. Lichen, is that how you pronounce it? Lichen? The stuff that grows on rocks? For a while I was making my own vitamin D. I would buy mushrooms, just plain old white mushrooms. You slice them up and put them out in the sun for half hour, an hour, and they'll make vitamin D for you. And I was doing that for a while because I couldn't find a supplement that didn't have all this other, crap in it that would harm you. But I found this one, and this has, I don't know if I can read this here. Wait, I got a magnifying glass here. When you get old, apparently a vegan diet doesn't help prevent the natural aging of the eyes. As you get older, you need reading glasses, and even the reading glasses don't work. So let's see. It has microcrystal. Oh, let's see. It has the vitamin D3 from lichen. This is the. Let's see if I can pronounce this. Cholecyl cetrorol. I don't know which one it is. It's D3, and it's now. So in the other ingredients or inactive ingredients, they have. Maybe I can probably put this up here and get this too. I have my my camera on manual focus, but I'll put it on regular focus, and then we can see if it'll read it, go in there. Will it do that? Let's see if I can get that to focus here. There we go. Okay. There we go. So you can read that. I can read it myself. I don't even need the magnifying glass. Okay, so it says it's got the vitamin D3 at 25 micrograms, and it has microcrystalline cellulose, vegetarian capsule, carbohydrate gum, cellulose. Okay, that's cellulose, and water, and vegetable lubricant, palm. So So I mean, that stuff there. There's nothing there that's going to harm you that I can tell on the other ingredients. Microcrystalline cellulose, and then it's this cellulose gum, water, and palm oil probably. So that's pretty cool. That's a really good. Let me get this. Okay, I'm sorry. I had to mess with that a little bit. So that's cool. These are really cool, and they're good for vegans, and so I've been eating them. Now the only concern or possible issue there might be with this is how they harvest the lichen, and where the lichen was and what it was exposed to and all that kind of stuff. Or possibly, if there's other stuff in lichen that might be an issue. But yeah, these are good. Especially here, I'm in rural New Hampshire here, so I live on a donkey farm in rural New Hampshire, and we got some pretty rough winters here. So we spend a lot of time indoors during the winter, and I just try to avoid sunlight anyway. I've had, I used to live in California. And if you live in California, you're gonna get skin cancer, So I've had stuff cut out of me, that grew because I used to be in the sun a lot when I was young. So I stay out of the sun now. I wear hats. I try to stay out of the sun as much as possible, and which means I got to get vitamin D from supplements, So that's anyway. So does anybody have any questions about veganism? I don't want to pull anybody out of lurk, but yeah, it's a good diet. It's good for the planet too. I did a stream I don't know, was it the last stream I did or a couple of streams ago? I did was talking about how to save energy. Yeah, my stream on converting, how to convert centigrade to Celsius. I did a stream on how to convert from centigrade to Celsius, and that's a joke because centigrade is the same thing as Celsius. It's the same. It's just a different word for the same thing. But I did. That was about heat, right? I'm talking about temperature and heat and all that stuff. And then that led to energy, so I talked about energy for a little bit. And I listed a whole bunch of things on how to save energy in that stream. I don't know, you can look in there are actually there may be two streams in the VODs that are labeled the same, because I forgot to change the title when I did another one. But the first one that says how to convert from centigrade to Celsius, that's the one where I talk about how to save energy, and I have all these different ways of how to save energy. And and I don't remember if I mentioned. I think I did. I think I did mention plant-based diet to do that. Maybe I didn't. I don't know. But yeah, definitely plant-based diet saves energy, a lot of energy, because the energy that it takes to grow the plants. If you have to use energy to grow the plants, and then feed it to animals, and then grow the animals, that takes more energy, and it takes, a lot of the energy that comes from the plants, the calories, end up going to, the animal uses that to move around and do stuff, and and they end up pooping it out and everything. So it just wastes a whole bunch. And slaughtering an animal, that takes a lot of water and energy and stuff. So it's much easier. Just it saves a ton of energy just by eating the plants directly. Another way to save energy that I didn't mention is use a condom. Don't breed. That's a way. If you want to save the planet, don't have kids, because it's adopt or whatever, because it's the more people there are, the more energy gets used. It's just, you know, every human on the planet ends up using energy, a lot of energy, and you know, lots of reasons we need to have fewer people on the planet, including climate change. So and vegan diets, of course, helps the animals. Right, you don't harm the animals then if you eat a vegan diet. Lots of reasons for a vegan diet, and it's healthier. And I've known for a long time that it's been healthier. Right, it's been study after study after study after study has said that it's a healthier diet. And this one is getting into the age part of it. And they've done. I remember back in was it the early 90s? Early 90s. So I heard about a study that they had done where they said that vegans on average live 13 years longer than meat eaters. So they've known a long time. Even way back in end of the 19th century, I know there was a movement toward vegetarianism, veganism, you know, for health reasons. You know, people just know, you know. Vegans are healthier. So anyway, I wanted to show that study, to learn about it, and I decided to do it online. And also, I was up all night working on this OBS to try to get this browser thing to work, because the OBS version that I have doesn't have a browser source in it. For those of you who don't understand, who don't stream, streamers use, almost all streamers use this program called OBS, and it's interesting. It's an interesting thing. I've only been streaming for a couple weeks, so I'm still on a learning curve in this thing. And the particular version of OBS that I'm using doesn't allow you to, at least intuitively built into the program, to show stuff on your browser on a stream. So I had to hack it. I had to do it a different way. And so that was kind of cool. Let me see if there's another, maybe if anybody else has covered this study out there. Let me bring up this browser again, and I'll type in vegan twin study in here and see if it says anything for results. And filters, I'll say filters this week. Oh, what was the date of the study? Let's see here. When did they release that? July 29th, so it's real recent, man, just within a week. So let's see. There it is. Okay, let's see. This is some doctor out there. Oh, you know what I need to do? I need to, this is what I should do here. I need to say filter Creative Commons, right? So that I can stream it here. I can't just take anybody's content, right? Oh boy, that's all we got was that one. Ancient life on Mars. Okay, that has nothing to do with... Why did that come up? A vegan twin study. I type in vegan. This is YouTube. This is YouTube search. Let me explain to you how YouTube search works. You type in what you want. Okay, what videos you want. And they say, thank you for telling us what you'd like to watch. Here's what we want you to watch. And they give you a bunch of stuff. That's how YouTube search works. Oh my goodness. Oh, I know what I can do. I can do a, let's go over here to, oh wait, that's the wrong thing. Vegan twin study. Geez, I just type in Google here. And I'll type in vegan here again and vegan twin study here. But this isn't going to allow me to filter by Creative Commons, I don't think. And I'll say videos, and we'll see if there are any videos out there on the vegan diet study, twin study. There it is. YouTube, twin study, omnivore versus, okay, who is that? Stanford Medicine. Okay, we can stream their stuff, right? That's a public. Oh, no, wait, that's not recent, though. Omnivore diet versus vegan diet. Which one is better for you? That's that old study. So they just posted that, reposted that again. Just to confuse people, huh? Let's see, 11. You are what you eat. A twin study. Identical twins compare vegan with omnivore diets in Stanford study. Let me sort these by, is there a way to sort these by time? Any time, I'll say the last week. There we go. Okay, here we go. New results. There we go. New results. Vegan aging. Mike the Vegan. Let me see what his thing is here. Mike the Vegan. Alright, we'll wait for his thing to come up here. It doesn't say what his thing is. New results, vegan aging markers from the twin experiment. Okay, let's see what he says about it.
Hey, it's Mike here, and today's something I've personally been waiting for, which is the follow-up study to the Stanford twin experiment. It had a show on Netflix. I covered it then, responded to the Telegraph, which I will say is like 75.
Let me go.
Going for it, a credible institution, being a randomized controlled trial on twins.
Right, he's talking about how
we have
good it is.
this chart. The
Oh, he's got
official
details. Look at this guy's getting.
So shoelace
He
caps,
dug
like
into
on the
it
end of your
here.
shoelaces. The carnivore
Oh, yes,
dieters
okay.
and stuff, they probably would say that those vegetables are dangerous and made that group less healthy. So it's all a matter of perspective and opinion. All right, let's start with something that a lot of people aren't familiar with, and I mentioned previously, because we had preliminary results on telomeres, again, the protective caps on your DNA. And they've been referred to as the shoelace caps, like on the end of your shoelaces. And they generally decrease in length with age. That's what is assumed, but then in the past we've seen other plant-based diet studies showing, hey, these are actually increasing in length, and we saw that.
Okay, that's what I said earlier. I thought it was the telomeres, but when I actually read the study, it didn't say anything about telomeres. Maybe there's another scientific name for it or something. Maybe that's what it was. All those names that I couldn't pronounce in the study. Maybe that's a scientific term for these telomere things.
Yes, in the unpublished data in this study. And then we have this chart, the official peer-reviewed results. And yes, you can see that the vegan group's telomeres got longer, previously not thought to be something you could do.
Wow.
And these results are less than a p-value of 0.05. They are statistically
They actually got
significant,
longer.
and every result I'm going to talk about in this study is as well. But I want to get to some of these other really interesting markers, and there are some markers that we're not even going to have time to cover because this was actually quite a large genetic-type markers. In particular, as you may know, is essentially switches on top of your DNA that express different things, different traits, different features, processes. And to the American Heart Association, epigenetic age acceleration describes a phenomenon in which an individual's epigenetic age, calculated by epigenetic clocks, is greater than expected baseline on his or her chronological age, how old you literally are. And then, of course, that people with older epigenetic age than chronological age have implications for morbidity, diseases, and mortality. And to get a little bit nerdier, this is measured through DNA methylation. You can see this image here, explains it all.
Oh, I did pronounce it correctly.
But to the
Methylation.
study, quote, in the vegan group, we observed significant decreases in the following epigenetic age metrics. PC Grim age, that means the Grim Reaper isn't coming for you.
The Grim
and
age.
a couple other ones, PC, all again significantly decreased at 8 weeks relative to the beginning. So it's pretty incredible in terms of DNA and gene expression. We have not just the telomere age, but we also have the epigenetic.
Okay. Let's see
That's impressive, but next we have a bunch of different systems that were looked at. They say that they found 5 systems that decreased in terms of their age metrics. In the vegan group, and in particular, we're talking about inflammation age, heart age, hormone age, liver age, and metabolic age. They say, quote, in contrast, no epigenetic clock or telomere measure exhibited significant changes in the omnivorous cohort, so no improvement. And perhaps the most important one is they looked at a composite of all of these systems of the body. They called it systems age, and vegans, of course, improved in that as well.
What
so
the
pretty
hell?
awesome. So again, this appears to
Composite.
be the first time that such a comprehensive look at age-related biomarkers has been done in a vegan population, and the results are pretty awesome. And this brings me to the anecdotes I see all the time out
I don't know what that is.
on
Okay, so this
Look at
guy,
vegans.
so that was cool. This guy really dug into it and got all the details and stuff. Mike the Vegan, yeah, give Mike the Vegan a follow on YouTube, man. Looks like he does some real good stuff there. So, oh, that's cool. Another study saying eating a vegan diet is good. That's good. Let's see if there's. I don't think we even need to go any further, right? That guy did a pretty good job of covering it. It'd be interesting just to see who else has got it here. Who else is covering it? Here's some doctor on YouTube that's covering it. Let's see. Plant-based morning show. All right. You know, it's funny. When I became a vegan, this was back in 82. I think it was 81, 82, something like that. I was completely. I didn't know anybody who was vegan or vegetarian, or I didn't know what vegetarian was. I thought a vegetarian was someone who only ate vegetables. That's what I thought a vegetarian was. And I realized that animals were intelligent and had emotions and the whole thing, and I said, well, I wouldn't eat my dog. Why would I eat a pig, right? Because they knew at that time they were discovering how smart pigs were, how intelligent they were. I said, wow, if pigs are intelligent, then we shouldn't be eating them. So I stopped eating pigs. And then very quickly, of course, I realized, well, all these animals are, they're emotional, and they have feelings, and they can hurt, and all that kind of stuff. So I became vegetarian and vegan for, over a period of a few months there, or a year maybe. So that was back in the early 80s, 81, 82. And at that time, again, I said, hardly anybody was vegan. Nobody knew what the word vegan meant. I didn't know I was being a vegan until I became vegetarian, and I started trying to learn about it. Right, I was at that time. It was just so amazing. You just can't imagine what it was like back then in the early 80s. They had it was the 4 food groups is what they had, and basically the food groups were bought out by the industries, the dairy industry, the meat industry, the farmers who grow grain, and what was the other one? I forget what the other group was, but it was, it was the nutritional advice back then was horrendous, and what the USDA was saying we should eat was basically based on what the industry wanted. And so everybody was brainwashed. Everybody thought, at that time they thought that if you did not drink milk or eat dairy products, that you'd die. That's what they thought. Everybody thought that. And even meat, they thought if you didn't eat meat. When I became vegetarian, my family said, "Oh, you're gonna die. You're gonna die, Ron. You're not eating you're not eating meat. You got to eat meat to live." That's what they thought back then. And so I studied it. I wanted to make sure I was doing it right. I wanted to make sure I was getting my nutrition and wasn't doing anything that was going to kill me. So I studied it and found out that, vegan diet was healthy. And then and I stumbled upon the Vegan Society? God, I think that's the name of it. Vegan Society of America or something like that. And learned about veganism and got information on that. Maybe some stuff from PETA too. I don't know. Just there are a ton of groups out there at the time. The animal rights was really a big thing in the 90s. So there were a lot of groups out there on it. Yeah, I found out. So I said, okay, I got to be vegan now, right? I got to stop eating eggs and milk. And when I did that, then my family and friends said, "Oh, forget it. You're going to die, right? If you don't eat." And it turns out it's more healthy. So, so I did that, and and again, at that time, nobody knew what the word vegan meant. There was this vegan society that was just, maybe a couple thousand members or something like that in the whole United States. And, the number of people who were vegetarian was probably 1 or 2%. The number of vegans were much less than that. You could not go into the store and buy anything almost prepackaged that was vegan. You read the ingredients and it had lard in it, or it had, something, gelatin, lard, something, everything. You couldn't go get it like a jar of pasta sauce. I couldn't even get a jar of pasta sauce to make pasta that was vegan, because you get a jar of pasta sauce and they put meat in it, all of them. There was none that you could buy that had them. The only stuff you could find at that time that was even vegetarian half the time was this Loma Linda. I don't know if that's a brand or whatever. It was the Seventh-day Adventists, because they have some rule that they have to be vegetarian or something, and they had this whole for their own people of their religion. They set up this I don't know if it was a company or something. I don't know what it was, but there were foods that were from Loma Linda brand or whatever that you could get, and of course they didn't taste very good at all. And anyway, it was just almost impossible to be. I tried making my own patties, and stuff like that, because being around people that you do barbecues and stuff. That was a big deal back then too. People did barbecues because they didn't understand that it would kill you, so they did it, and so I try to make my own patties out of stuff, and they failed miserably. But anyway, it was really hard back then. I'm just saying, it was really hard back then. I'm an old guy, right, saying, "Oh, back in my day, we had this and that and that." Yeah, so I mean, it really was. It was really rough back in the 80s to be a vegan or a vegetarian. But it's really come a long way now. I mean, you go into a grocery store and it's just, there are whole sections of vegetarian food and vegan food. They got vegan cheeses. That's a new thing. That wasn't around for a long time. Just all kinds of stuff. And I don't use a lot of that prepackaged stuff. But because so many people started becoming vegan, it's a lot. What is it, like 10% or something? There's a sizable number of the population that is vegan or vegetarian now. And so once it got past a critical mass, then the manufacturers of all these processed foods, they want to sell their product to as many people as possible. So they adjusted their ingredients so that they would take out the the animal products, and they didn't advertise it or anything. It wasn't like they said, "Oh, this is vegetarian now," because some people still had that mindset about vegetarian. They didn't really understand. So they just adjusted their ingredients, and all the vegans and vegetarians would go, "Oh, cool! Hey, look at this. Here's this, such and such product. They don't have animal ingredients anymore," and they'd tell all their friends through their networks or whatever. And so slowly over time, it's become much, much easier, and like going into a restaurant. You could not go into a restaurant and find. I don't know how many times when I was young, I would go into a restaurant and sit there and drink water while everybody else was eating, because there was nothing I could eat in the restaurant. Over and over and over again, that would happen. But now, I mean, it's virtually every restaurant has at least a vegetarian option, if not vegan option, and several of them And there are tons and tons and tons of vegan, vegetarian restaurants now. So, yeah, much easier now than it used to be. So, and I feel like I had a little bit of back in the 90s, I was pretty active in animal rights and vegetarianism, and actively in the movement and trying to get things done, and go to protests and do all this stuff. So I feel like I had a little bit of a hand in that. And like, I think I even may have had a hand in Bill Clinton. Bill Clinton became vegan, remember? A decade or so ago. I forget when it was. He became vegan. And I think he became vegan because his daughter became vegan. And his daughter, I was in the Bay Area, and we, at Stanford, there was a group of vegetarians in Stanford, and we published this magazine and stuff, and we were pretty active in Stanford in getting people to adopt a vegetarian or vegan diet. And so his daughter was at Stanford at that time. So I think she may we in some small way I may have influenced Bill Clinton being vegan. So that's kind of interesting. So it's great. It's great now. It's so easy to be vegan now. It's healthy. It's better for the planet. Better for everything. And there were books on that. There was a book called, what was his name? John Robbins, I think it was the guy's name. You heard of Baskin Robbins ice cream? I don't know if they're still around. Baskin. Anyway, he was like the son of the guy who made Baskin Robbins, right? Ice cream. And he got rebellious, right? And he said, "Oh, I'm going to be a vegan now. I'm not going to eat your ice cream anymore." But he wrote a book. Which is actually the title is derivative of another book, but it's called Diet for a New America. He wrote a book on that, which was talking about how much producing animal foods destroys the environment, right? And he talked about all that, and how much energy it uses and all that kind of stuff. And as I said, the title was called Diet for a New America. Before that, there was another one, a couple of decades before, by Frances Moore LePay, called Diet for a New Planet, I think it was. Yeah, Diet for a New Planet. And that was one of the earlier books that advocated for a vegetarian diet. So it's been out there a long time. There's been people doing this. As I said, even back in the 19th century, this guy Kellogg, guy who started Kellogg's cornflakes, right? He was vegetarian. He wanted to make healthy stuff, So it's been out there a long time. But it's good that people are now, moving more in that direction. So yeah, if you want to help the planet, you want to make it so that we, don't have so much climate change. That's a big thing you can do is to change your diet. Go vegan. So okay, well, let me see if there's anybody I can raid out here. I really just wanted to come out here and say that just try this out. This new feature I had figured out on OBS. Let me see if I can. Oh, here we go. Okay. Let's see who's out there. Okay. These are people that I follow. Now this woman says that she's vegan, but she has vegan in her. Let me look at this without broadcasting it here. Just a second here, so I don't rebroadcast what they're doing. There's a woman in Taiwan who, in her tags, she has vegan, but she drinks milk. She does dairy products, so I don't know. But I guess she's trying. So let me see what she's doing, and if she's I've never participated in her chat or anything. I just lurk the stream every once in a while. But after I found out that she was drinking milk, I don't watch her stream that much. Oh, there it says, "Hi, do you like vegetables?" I do. So I guess since we were talking about veganism, this would be a good thing to do. Birthday month. Oh, she's doing an IRL. I don't know if I can raid an IRL here. I guess we'll do that, huh? All right, let me do. We'll do a raid here into. Let's see. Whoops. Thank you for hanging out with me on this stream. I really appreciate it. And if you'd hang out for this raid, that would be good too, because it's always good. It always helps streamers if you follow their raids, because it's just good. It sends goodwill to the rest of the community on behalf of the raider. So yeah, that's how I do it, I guess. God, I'm confused here how I do this. I think this will do it. Yeah. Right, I can type that in there and do that. Okay, thank you for coming by the stream. We're gonna raid your Ruby TV, and she's in Taiwan doing an IRL stream right now in Taiwan, which is always really cool and interesting to watch. So I will play the closing theme here, and everyone take care. We'll see you on the other side. Bye.
Here we go. First thing we climb a tree, and maybe then we talk, or sit silently and listen to our thoughts, illusions of someday, cast in a golden light, no dress rehearsal. This is our life.
We were unable to raid
Hornet
this time.
stung me,
Why?
and I had a feverish dream with revenge and doubt. Tonight we smoke them out.
Okay, that didn't work. All right. Well, let me see if there's someone else out here. I tried. I told it to raid, and it said we're unable to raid them at this time. I don't know why. So here's one with 78 people. I don't know if we can raid it with 3 people. If that's is that enough? Can you raid somebody with only 3 people if they're if they have 78? That's okay. All right, we'll just let it go. We don't need it. We don't need to raid anybody. Appreciate it, people. Thank you. Bye. No raids today.
First thing we climb a tree, and maybe then we talk, or sit silently and listen to our thoughts, illusions of someday, cast in a golden light, no dress rehearsal. This is our life. And that's where the hornet stung me, and I had a feverish dream with revenge and
Someone
doubt.
to raid. Check out the new raid
Tonight we
browser.
smoke them out. You are ahead by a century. You are ahead by a century. You are ahead by a century. Stare in the morning shroud, and then the day began. I tilted your cloud, you tilted my hand. Rain falls in real time, and rain fell through the night. No dress rehearsal, this is our life. Well, that's when the hornet stung me, and I had a serious dreams with revenge and doubt. Tonight we smoked them out. You are ahead by a century. 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 And disappointing you is getting me down. Hydrate or drive, absolutely. That is good. Dihydrogen oxide. That is very, very good. Dihydrogen oxide. Mm-hmm.